half of vegetable oil heating on a medium flame, nice wide pan. Now I've gone ahead and I've prepared the mango, and that is 3 medium-sized green mango, but you can see by the color on the inside it's starting to turn, and what we mean by that, it's starting to go ripe. So it's half ripe is what essentially I'm trying to say. If you wanted to pre-boil the mango, you can do that. What I find by pre-boiling the mango, what I mean by that is boiling water, mango, salt, and if you want to add garlic and stuff like that. I'm just going to turn my heat down. I find by doing it that way, it tends to take some of the flavor, because we dump that water out after. It tends to take some of the mango flavor away from things. So I prefer much more doing it like this. And you'll see I will add water in here to cook it down as if we were pre-boiling it. And the pre-boiling will get it nice and tender. The skin can be a bit tough. The seed area, well, that's going to remain a bit tough. And in the Caribbean, especially in Trinidad and Tobago, I can't speak for the entire Caribbean, I know the mangoes are sold already pre-cut like this, which is great. Great little tip: if you get them on sale, or if it's during season and you want to save them, cut them up, wash them, air dry them, and freeze it. Thaw it out and continue with the recipe, so you have mango all year long. I have a combination of garlic, onion, and of course a habanero pepper. You can use any spicy pepper providing you like spicy. I just find that a good curry mango it needs to be, a good curry is supposed to have a bit of heat, a bit of spice to it. So this is why I'm using a habanero pepper out of my garden, and quite a bit of garlic, maybe about 8 to 10 cloves of garlic, a medium onion. But don't fret, the entire recipe will be available on CaribbeanPot.com, printable, that is, within the next 48 hours. All we're going to do is let that sort of soften up a bit, release all those flavors, and then we'll continue. What I do want in there is some black pepper. Fresh ground is always best, but if you don't have fresh ground, again, don't sweat, don't fret, use what you have. What I do want is some cumin seeds in there. We also call that jeera. Of course, we need some Caribbean green seasoning. And Caribbean green seasoning, if you're new to Caribbean cooking, is just a blend or a puree of all the herbs we like using in our meals, and that adds that whole herbal element. A lot of the flavor is going to come from there, along with shadow benny, thyme, cilantro, Spanish thyme, parsley, all those different things. I also have garlic in there and seasoning peppers, which is also called pimento peppers. And if you head over to CaribbeanPot.com, you will see I have the recipe, well, a couple recipes. Yeah, that habanero doing its thing in the hot oil there, boy. But yeah, CaribbeanPot.com, you'll find the recipe there for that Caribbean green seasoning. And I make big batches. For the most part, Caribbean people make a big batch and store it in the fridge. I also have a small batch recipe on there that's perfect for you if you know you're not going to be using it too often. That said, if you make quite a bit and you want to put it into ice trays, freeze it, cubes, put it into a Ziploc bag, you'll have it, for a year at least. We're doing curry, so of course we need curry powder in there. Just gonna hit that to stir. And if you want to add a bit more oil in here, you can do so. What I want to do is sort of fry or wet toast all of the spices which makes up that curry powder, just to allow them to bloom. All it would take at this point is about 3 minutes just to waken up all of those spices, and you can see how nice it's going to go. A bit darker in color, it's going to start clumping. The entire kitchen is going to have that lovely smell of a good curry, not the kind of belly walk something. And at this point all we need to do is add the mango to there, and then we're going to give that a good toss. So in goes the mango. Of course we will need salt. We want to give that a thorough mix just to coat the pieces of mango, because the residual water that we washed the mango with would have sort of deglazed the bottom of the pot, making it easier for us to coat the pieces of mango with that curry base that we created. Now here is where we're going to sort of cook this for about 5 minutes or so. Hot. Keep burning my hands from time to time. But anyhow, we want to sort of really tighten up the flavors in here before we add the water, because that's what's going to develop that final flavor for us. Once it's all about layers and building blocks and all. We've talked about this and balance and all those different sort of keywords that keep slamming on you all, but it makes sense when you really think about it, yeah? Since I know the mango is a bit tart, I'm going to go in with a bit of brown sugar. And you have the option of ending with this, which is anchar masala, but I like putting it in at this point. However, the last 5 minutes, if that's when you want to put it, by all means, rock it at that point. It's just that it's going to have that lovely anchar masala finishing note. I just want it in here because that's going to add more flavor throughout the dish. Been about 4 minutes, so we're going to add the water at this point. And again, step-by-step instructions, the video, the ingredients, tips and tricks and everything else will be available at CaribbeanPot.com. So for now, we want to bring that up to a boil. I'm going to give that a stir, bring it up to a boil, reduce it to simmer, and we want that to go for about 45 minutes, maybe more. At that point, I will let you know if we need to cook it longer. It took about 4 minutes to come up to the boil. It's a bit too vigorous for me there. So I'm just going to turn my heat down to sort of medium-low and let that gently sort of simmer, sort of bubble away. Yeah, like I said, about 45 minutes, we'll check it at that point. You just want the mango to get nice and tender. It's going to start falling apart on you. Most of that water is going to disappear, creating a sort of sauce at the bottom. Your nice things, man. Vegan, vegetarians, I tell everybody loving this. It's been about 35 minutes, and you can see the water has started to go down. Now, keep an eye on things, right? It depends on how fast your water evaporates. You may need to add more water in here. All we need to do now, and I had the lid on like slightly ajar, right? I removed the lid now and I'm going to leave the lid off. I forgot to mention that to you all, to leave the lid on for a bit. But what we're going to do now for the next 10-15 minutes is allow this to reduce. But what I would recommend doing at this point is take some of the sort of elixir, the liquid out, taste it. If you find it needs salt, if it's a bit tart, of course, add a bit more salt, add a bit more sugar as well too. The sugar salt will sort of balance the acidity and the sort of tartness and the sort of sour from the mango. You want that sort of perfect balance happening there. What I would also do is decide whether or not you want, how much sauce you want with this. This is too much. This is like soup right now. The mango is tender, but we want to cook this down a bit. But remember, the residual heat of the pot will further thicken things later, so keep that in mind, yeah? Taste, adjust the salt, and just burn off all that liquid now. As the liquid reduces, I want you all to pay attention to something. When I added the garlic, I just smashed the garlic into big pieces because I find that those big chunks of garlic that you're gonna find down in the sauce down here, that's pure gold. Well, I love garlic, right? I know sukiya, you know what I mean? I love garlic. Anyhow, a couple more minutes, and I'm gonna cook this down. Shut off the stove. If you want to finish with a little shadow belly, it's totally up to you. I don't see the need for it because I have all the flavors from the Caribbean green seasoning that I added. But yeah, curry mango, and not to be confused with mango anchar or mango tal curry, both of which recipes I have on CaribbeanPot.com. Mango tal curry tends to be, well, almost zero curry powder in there. It's more about the anchar masala, whereas with mango anchar, I pronounce it anchar because in my village that is how we pronounce it. Same with tal curry, not takari or achar. We don't, in my village, no. And I'm talking my village is a couple 100 years old, right? But anyhow, the mango anchar is dried mango, and you will find mustard oil in there, and a lot of anchar masala and stuff like that. So three totally different sort of dishes or condiments. Yeah, this can be used as a condiment as well too, as a side to all of your curry dishes. This is done as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to shut off the stove now, allow the residual heat to further thicken things. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Always a pleasure having you all in the kitchen with me. Curry mango, thing nice boy.